Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How many of you are practicing hypnotherapists here? All, great. What do you know about that is mind and brain are one and the same thing? I'm asking a question.
What you're asking? Sorry.
Yes. I would like to have a more interactive session instead of just giving my lecture now. So what do you think, mind and brain, are they same or different?
They're connected, mind-body connection, for sure.
Yes.
I don't know if they're the same. I guess they're the same, but they work differently.
Okay.
They respond differently.
Yes.
Isn't the brain your critical mind more than the mind itself?
When you are practicing hypnotherapist, how do you define mind?
How do I define mind?
The mind is the conscious, subconscious part of you. It's the part that really has no form or substance. It's the energy part.
Yeah.
The brain is the physical, mechanical part of you.
Fine. Let's understand what mind and brain are, In a layman terms, yes, mind and brain are same. But as hypnotherapist, for us, both are different. Mind is a sort of a metaphysical energy which is all around us and which is keeping all the data of our present and past lives. Brain is just a human organ in this body. What happens when you die?
The brain goes away.
Brain perishes with the body. Then from where is the data coming? Have you ever thought of it?
Yes.
That is the reason why we say that the mind and brain are two different energies. Brain is a physical energy which is inside my body, like any organ, and remains with us from the time we take birth till the time of death. But in case of mind, mind is a metaphysical energy which is there in this universe and remains as long as the other energy which is metaphysical energy, soul, remains. So soul and mind always go together. And that is the reason why in hypnotherapy we are able to do past life regression, or we can provide past life therapy. That is the only source from where we are getting all the information about the past life. Once your body is either buried or is being assumed to the flames, the brain goes away. So that means all the data has gone away. Am I clear on that? So mind is a sort of a metaphysical energy which is outside my body, and brain is the physical energy which is a sort of an organ in my physical body, and my physical body itself is an energy. Physicists and the other scientists have made a lot of innovation and tried to find out what is the smallest particle. Up till now, in our schools and colleges, what we have read is that atom was considered to be the smallest particle. But now atom is not the smallest particle. There are a lot of theories that have come up. After atom came the protons and neutrons, and after neutrons came the quark theory. And now, even after the quark theory, there is something new which is called a string theory, which has already come up. And this is what I am going to discuss scientifically in my workshop on 17th at 4 p.m. where I will prove and show that what is mind, how is it working, and what is brain, how does the brain work, and finally what is the connection between mind and brain. How are they connected? In most of the alternative therapies we have seen, and everybody says, even our old scriptures talk about mind, that there is something called mind. But where is it? How is it connected? How is mind giving information to the brain, and based on that information, how is brain making my body work? Have you ever thought of, that what my body is constituted of, or how my body is working? What am I constituted of? Anybody would like to answer that? What is this body made up of? And how does it work?
Cells.
Cells. Okay.
Energy? Energy?
Okay.
Elements. Air, water, earth, fire.
Right. Elements. Don't you think my body is nothing but a chemical factory? Have you ever thought of it?
No.
Okay, think it now. My body is nothing but of all these elements that exist in this universe. It is a chemical factory that is working. Because if you study the structure of the cell, what is cell? Cell is made of carbon, cell is made of calcium, cell is made of so many other minerals, oxygen, carbon dioxide. What are all these proteins? They are all chemicals. So, if you study the structure, you have got glands which are producing hormones. When you take food, what happens to that food? You chew that food, goes down to your stomach, where it gets certain chemicals in the form of enzymes. That enzymes react with the chewed and the liquid food, further breaks down into smaller liquid elements or liquid chemicals, which are getting absorbed through your intestines. Now when this absorption takes place, this food goes to your liver, where it is broken down into different chemical constituents. And then it is again given back to the cells through your bloodstream, which gives energy, power to your cells. It's all chemical which is taking place from one chemical to another chemical to another chemical. What are the hormones? Hormones are nothing but chemicals. And these chemicals are working with the other chemicals to form and create a new form of chemicals. And that is the reason why, have you ever tried to find out that whenever there is a emotional disturbance, something immediately happens to you. What happens to your body? How do you react to it? If it is a good news, you start laughing. You enjoy it. You feel happy. If it is a bad news, then your breathing goes up. You feel sorrow. You go to some other world, daydreaming. If this will happen, what will be the next step? What is all this? These are the chemicals that are being released in the body, which makes your cells, muscles, organs react to those chemicals, and when that reaction takes place, the state of your body changes. Suppose you are walking in a forest and you see a lion or a bear. What happens? Either you want to run away or you want to fight, right? So from where do you get that strength to fight? A chemical reaction taking place in the body, which gives you strength to fight. So my body is nothing but a chemical factory where from one chemical to another chemical, and these chemicals, when they are being produced in the body, changes the function of the muscles which are controlling my actions. Suppose I'll give you an example of that. You are sitting here and you have just opened your bottle and taken some water. Right? Why?
I was thirsty.
You felt thirsty. From where did this thought came that you are thirsty now, right now?
From the body.
Your body gave that message to you that the cells need some more water. Correct?
Yes.
Now, okay, fine. You are thirsty. But what sort of a thirst is this? Is it a thirst for water? Or is it a thirst for some juice? Is it a thirst for some, I want to take some shot or a drink? Correct? So there are different type of thirsts. My body tells that this is the thirst which right now I am interested in.
Right, so it's a specific thought,
Is it right?
specific need, yes.
Okay. Now, this is not the end of it. This is beginning of it.
Okay.
The body gave me the message that I am thirsty. Now I decide what sort of a thirst is it. What time of the day it is. Am I having my dinner, or am I having my supper or a lunch? For that, do I need some Coke? Do I need some water? Or do I need a drink? From where is this information coming? Is it coming from the brain, or is it coming from the mind?
Brain.
Mind.
No, the information is coming from the mind, because the mind has got all the previous experiences written down there. That what sort of a thirst is it? At this, in my current situation, in my current time. Right? Now, further to this thirst, based on my experiences, how do I get that liquid to quench my thirst? Suppose he wants to have water. How does he have water? From where should he get the water? And to get that water, what actions are needed? So there is a constant communication between mind and brain. And how does that communication takes place is we are going to talk in our workshop. And how does it happen? Coming back to this, my body gives messages to the mind that this is the sort of a thirst I am interested in. That message goes down to the mind, and the mind does the research. Mind has all the information. Mind tells, okay, this thirst is for your water. Now, it tells to the body that this is the place from where you will get this water. Suppose you are used to have water in a glass, not directly by the bottle. So you will fetch the glass. What sort of a glass you want? A plastic glass? Or a glass made of glass? Or a glass made of any metal? Because certain people have certain habits. And based on that habits, they would like to pick up that sort of a tumbler in which they are going to pour water and have water.
So the brain is the physical, the actual act of doing it, but the want and the why is the mind?
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Because the mind has all the previous information. From the childhood, I was taught or I learned how I want to drink water. This is not all. What sort of a water I want to drink? Do I need a cold water? Do I need a normal temperature water? Or do I need a water at a higher temperature?
So where would the need come from? need is the brain, right? Because it's a physical.
There is always a constant communication between the body
And the mind,
and the mind.
right,
Body has got 5 senses,
yes.
and these senses, based on the environment and the circumstances in which I am sitting,
But what comes first? What starts it?
tell me which came first, the chicken or the egg? So is the case here. It's a 24/7 communication going on between the mind and the body. So there is nothing as first, If you can say yes, if you want to quantify it, I can say because what is the need of the body?
Okay.
Yes.
What is the correlation between the mind and the subconscious?
That is a total different subject,
Ah,
right? What we say that the mind has got 2 different parts, the conscious part and the subconscious part,
okay.
right? So the conscious part is what is in contact with 24/7. Subconscious mind is not in contact 24/7. Subconscious mind is in contact with your conscious mind. So that is a total different theory, and all the information is written in conscious and subconscious mind, from where it takes the information. Since you have raised that question, I will tell you. Conscious mind only works for 24 hours. What you did in the morning, you may remember till evening or next day morning, but not after that. After that, all the information is percolated down to the subconscious mind, and the conscious mind has to get information from the subconscious mind. So subconscious mind is basically the database for your current life and your past life, right? So that goes as a different specific mind theory, where we can spend about 4 to 5 hours to explain what is that mind theory where conscious and subconscious minds are there.
Thank you.
Okay?
Yeah.
Right. So basically what we are getting information is from your subconscious mind. Because there all the information is written in black and white, and subconscious mind is like your computer hard disk, where the information once you have written cannot be erased. How do you work your PLRT? What do you do in there?
Pardon me?
In past life, what do you do?
We work with the subconscious mind.
Right? What is the therapy? How do you give the therapy there? What actually are you doing there?
Well, generally we work with the subconscious mind and take them to the emotions that are causing the blockage that's keeping them from having an effective current life, yeah.
So what she says is that in PLRT, what we do is we work on the issues, find out the issues, and then work on the issues to give a
Resolve
therapy
the
on
issue.
that. Right. Yes, there are 2 type of things that since when I say that in subconscious mind whatever is written cannot be erased, we can create a new link to that previous information. And when we create a new link to that previous information, then whenever the conscious mind is relating or retrieving information from the subconscious mind, we'll first go to the previous link, then go to the new link, and from the new link it will start working. So the previous link becomes ineffective. And that is how we provide therapy in case where past life regression is involved. So now coming back to the subject, that mind and body reaction. Mind is basically a metaphysical energy which we are going to prove scientifically how is it and what sort of an energy it is. As I told you that now science has developed a lot, and those experiments of which are going on in the world where they have they have made that long machine where they are trying to collide with the particles and see this is based on the string theory, right? And now we understand that there is something which is beyond and which is smallest, beyond the atom, protons, neutrons, electrons. There is something else, from where, which is the source of energy and which is the source of creation of the human body. That is the reason why that in this atmosphere I can't see anything, but there is something. My soul is there in this atmosphere. My mind is there in this atmosphere, but I can't see it. I can only see my body. I can see these material things. So there are certain different elements of which this material things my body is made up of, and there is a different form of energy which is constituting my soul and my mind. But I can't see it. They are acting. And they are in constant touch with my body through mind, through brain. Now, brain has got a well-defined system. My body has a well-defined system where brain is the main source, and it has got a nervous system, a network, a big network of nerves with nerve endings all over my body. It is like any supercomputer which is connected with the wires to different terminals. Same is the case here. That brain is connected to each and every cell through the nerves and the nerve endings, which are called as nerve cells. And it is these nerve cells which are picking up the stimulus from our body. Sense of touch from my fingers or from any part of the body. Eyes are giving the video effect, what I see, and then immediately I react to it. Through the nose, through the smell, I react. Certain perfumes, certain odors I don't like, certain I like. What I like, I feel happy and I use them. What I don't like, I try to go away from there and I move out. Similarly, my tongue, which gives me a sense of taste. Certain items, certain food items, certain other drinks, I feel happy to drink because they give me a good taste. So all these senses which are there are constantly picking up the information from the environment and my surroundings and sending this to my mind for sorting out and giving back further information that what should I do in this situation. How do you react that when you are walking on the road and immediately you see some fast driver coming with a car towards you? How do you react? What happens?
Get out of the way.
Jump out of the way?
You try to first analyze, is he coming in my direction? Is he going to hit me? At what speed he is coming? Based on that, you actually are referring to mind because somewhere you have studied that this is the speed, he will take approximately this much time. This is where he is going to hit me. How do you get the message that this car is going to hit me? Why do you react to that car coming towards you? Because you already have that information. Either you must have read somewhere or you must have seen a video, might have happened in actual with any of your relative or with you. So all that information which is there in mind is being analyzed immediately within flickers of seconds. And you get back the result. Okay, this is what I am supposed to do now in this situation. And that message when comes to my brain, it immediately through my nervous system sends messages to my muscles and tell my muscles, react like this. It sends message to the muscles of my legs that in this situation you are supposed to run away. Run away, you see your left and right. Which side should I run away? Should I run to my left or should I run to my right? Which will be a safer side for me? Where do I get more space to run? Suppose I start running towards the right and I see more cars are coming. So is it good for me to run to the right? See the speed at which this information is being processed. A super fast computer also, the connection between my mind and my brain is more and faster than a super fast computer, because I have to react within flicker of seconds. Otherwise, I am hit. So how is that connected? What is the reason? Why are they connected? Is going to be proved. The hypothesis which I have developed, which I am going to take up in my class.
You're not going to tell us.
Just leave us hanging there, Dave.
I have not brought my laptop. They are not giving me the projector. There is no projector, so it's very difficult, right now to prove, because there are certain videos by which you will understand that. What basically the theory behind is that the gravitons, these quarks, which was the latest, are now, when seen, are broken into small vibrating particles which are called as string theory. And these particles are of two types, fermions and bosons. Fermions are those which make my body a material body, because they are half in structure and constantly vibrating, but they are stuck to the universe. Bosons are full structures vibrating in any direction, and they are free, so they are not stuck. So my body is made up of fermions and other metaphysical energies like soul, mind, and other metaphysical energies which I can't see are made up of bosons.
Can you spell that for me?
Fermions, Fermions. And the other ones are bosons, Bosons. This is the latest string theory on which the scientists are working. And this theory does fit in very well. When we say that mind is a metaphysical energy all around my body, which has all the information, this theory also suggests and tells that yes, there is something like called soul energy, a metaphysical energy which I can't see, but it exists. Why do I believe in soul theory? What happens when I am dead, or at that nick of the time when I am on my deathbed? What happens? Let me hear something from the back. From you? Yes? Yeah? No?
I don't know.
Just think, make a wild guess. We all come to learn until the last breath we are learning.
The energy is leaving your body.
Where is that energy? What is that energy that leaves your body?
The stuck
Your
ones.
essence. Your spirit. Spirit.
I'd say maybe that it actually is the reverse, that
Your bosons.
the fermions, they merge back into the boson. Like the physical, dense physical body and everything in the physical body starts dissolving into the metaphysical energy, the energy that's always there, because soul is never non-existent.
Soul doesn't exist.
No, the soul is, I used a triple negative or something there, but the soul always exists, so it's never not there.
Yes.
And so it's the body that's impermanent. So the impermanence of the body begins to kind of go back maybe elevate.
I gave a small hint to you that my body is a chemical factory. In any factory, what do you need? Whether it's a chemical factory or any other factory, what do you need
Machine.
to run that factory?
Fuel.
Fuel.
Yes. And
Raw material. Raw material.
Machines.
Okay, good. Very important
Power.
point.
Energy. Power.
Exactly. Power, electricity, electric current. The machines will not work. My factory is all set and ready to work, but I have not switched on my power as yet. The moment you switch on the power, the factory, the machines start working and the process goes on. Am I right?
Yes.
Consider your body to be a factory. When it is, suppose my factory, instead of working for 3 shifts, I don't have that much of production. I work it for 2 shifts. What do I do after second shift? I put off the electrical connection. The moment I put off the electrical connection, all the machines stop working, because if I don't do it, the continuous process will go on and production will go on, and what will I do? I will need labor for that, I'll need money for raw material, I'll have a lot of material ready to be sold. So in order to cut all that, what do I do is I put off the electric power and my machines stop working for 1 shift. Same is the case here. That when we die, there is something in this universe which is pushing off that power button in us. A body which everybody loved, cared, pampered. I wore the best dresses. I used the best cosmetics. I ate the best food. But the moment I die, the emotions are there, but the physical reactions towards that body is, let's dispose it off. Why? Why do I want to dispose of the body immediately after death? Have you thought of it? Think. It's necessary. Because when you understand these things about yourself, about your body, you will have a different perspective of thinking about this life, about the people around you. I want to dispose of this body immediately because when the electrical charge was being given to the body, the chemical factory was running. Now I have withdrawn that electrical charge, that chemical factory will stop working. And when the chemical factory will stop working, these chemicals which were being produced and one was the main product and then it was a byproduct and then byproduct was going on. Now this production will stop. There will be no connection between the mind and the brain. No further messages. No further production of the chemicals like hormones. And when there is no production of hormones, the reaction between the other chemicals and these chemicals will stop. And when this will stop, these chemicals which were at the point of time were good for me will start deteriorating. And when they deteriorate and when they break down, they give a bad smell. They deshape my body. They turn into acid. And my body disintegrates. So I immediately start doing things by which I can get rid of this body, which is of no use to me because my body cannot perform now. My muscles will not be working. My organs will not be working. Right? So, basically what we are trying to say that there is something called as energy, which is an electrical energy, which is the spark to give life, and which is the spark which takes life. Soul is that spark of that electrical energy which is giving to my body, because soul needs my body to plan the experiences for which it has already come to this life. So my body is just like a rented house for the soul. The soul never dies. The soul has no space, no time. It is my body which has space and time. So soul is like a spark, and with soul goes mind, which has all the past data based on which the soul has planned out that this is a sort of a life I want to spend in this body. So there is always a connection between the mind and body through brain, and it is the electrical charge which is always flowing from mind to the brain, and this electrical charge is a sort of a message unit what we talk of, which is in constant touch, and my brain is giving only information to my muscles how they have to react in a certain situation. We have two type of muscles and two type of activities. One is automatic, where breathing, digestion, urination, all this is happening, which is not beyond, which is beyond my control. I can't control them. I can't stop breathing. I can't stop my heartbeat. Heart has to beat. And there are other reactions where I can control and I can manage according to myself. So the talk or the workshop is on that what is this electrical spark between mind and brain, and how does my body react to it? What changes takes place in the body, based on which the body works and reacts to the messages that I get from the mind. Any questions you have further on this topic? No? So have I been able to give something, some substance to you?
Yes.
Great. I'm finished. It's a question and answer session, Now it's their time. If you have any questions and if you are coming for the workshop, give it to me. I'll be very happy to answer if you don't have them right now. Yes.
What is your name?
My name is Dr. Sunil Prakash. I come from India. I'm a practicing hypnotherapist and I teach hypnotherapy in India.
How do you spell your last name?
Prakash. P for Peter, Prakash, Sunil Prakash. My workshop is on 17th at 4 in Barakuda.
Thank you.
Thank you. Great.